Hi, hello, welcome or welcome back. So the group selection for this video was already done in the part number 1. Therefore, we are now going to directly explore group number 4, who had the card Leda. Okay. I'm just thinking if there's any. Just one card, please, if possible. If there's any disclaimer that I should. Okay. So you have Leda, and then you have ngerous. So there is something about I'm getting the secret benefits, or like just the benefits in general of doing things in an unconventional way. So I have your next 2 cards, the Golden Fleet and Tantalus, in a non-favorable position. And I see that this is a very beautiful reading that you have. Okay. I see what this is about. So, let me just gather ideas, and I'm probably going to wait for the clarifiers because I see many different levels appearing at the same time in your reading, meaning that I see that you are on a very specific journey, or rather a very specific cycle of your journey. Okay. And what I also see is that, as per usual in these kinds of readings, you have an energetic sector, an energetic reservoir that you can use in order to shift the situation in your favor. And I see that by using this, by being a little bit reckless, or rather relentless, depending on depending on what's the situation. Let me see this. Kind. Let's keep them on the side. There is also a very important spiritual lesson here. Very important spiritual teaching. So, I see that on your journey, this is either meant to happen, or this is something that is happening and you are trying to figure out what's going on from a more detached and more wholesome and omnicomprehensive in some shape or form point of view. And what's going on is that what I see is that you were kind of forced, or you are meant to be forced to take some sort of difficult decision. This is some sort of step that you don't really want to take. I see different scenarios here where for some of you I'm seeing you standing up for yourself. And this would mean like against something that is pretty bad. Okay, against theft, against fraud, against something that is pretty severe, is pretty undeniable as well. This is the thing. This is undeniably bad. Meaning that energetically and spiritually, this is also something that you cannot really bypass. This is not something that you can deny. This is not something that you could hide under the rug. Whenever someone were to ask you questions, for some of it, this is something that touches major areas in your life. So if someone were to ask you questions about those areas in your life in general, it would be difficult to answer without addressing this hiccup, this issue. That is nothing but an issue on the road. Like it's not something that is meant to block you. That is something that you need to know. But it is something that can create stagnance for you if you do not address it. And I see that you addressing it is not the most pleasurable thing to do. This is something that not only you kind of feel forced to, it's like, I'm getting the word fated. You feel like you have to do this coming out for some of you. I don't know why I'm getting this, or like putting the truth out, putting a boundary. For others of you, well, it's kind of like the same, but not the same, if that makes sense. You have been forced. Perhaps you have. Perhaps those are okay. Those are either two different scenarios or a sequence. I'm getting that for somebody this is a sequence where you have been forced to put up a boundary, to stand up for yourself, and this was not the most pleasurable experience. Okay, this was not something that you were eager to do. And I see that not only that, this might also involve you having to do things in a radically different way. Something for some of you, I'm getting something that would not look serious from the outside. Like you might have kind of tricking the system, but in a good way. You know, when, let's make an example. You have to give an exam. You have to enter a certain space, and you know that you need to be in there. You know that life was just against you. Perhaps the public transportation was late. Perhaps something fell on the road, like something major happened. And so you know that it wasn't your fault, that everything that you could control, you controlled it, and you controlled it well. So the moment where you get rejected at the door because, you're not being serious, this is not the time to arrive, like whatever the situation might be, you had to stand up for yourself and find a way to get in there. And so it feels like you are breaking the rules, because at the end of the day, the rules where you need to do things in an A, B, C, D, E, F, G order. And you might have skipped a letter, or you might have added some letters to the equation. But it was for a good reason. And that is why you are being rewarded, but you are also being tested. For some of you, I'm getting this might also be something that happened in your past, and it's kind of like there is something that is meant to happen that is going to remind you of that time. But there is also the danger, for some of you, there's the danger of someone misreading or misjudging this aspect of your background, and really using that as a valid reason to close the door for you. But this is the thing. This entity, this energy, this person does not really have the power to close that door. It's like it belongs to someone else. And so it's like this person, this energy, this obstacle is just standing in front of a portal, a passage. For some of you, it's like it could even refer to a mental door where there's some lingering security, there is some very specific type of practical challenge, of practical action, of practical I'm getting at least triangle, at least, you know, make sure that you get there that you stay till the end, or something of this sort. And so it feels like there's a blockage, basically, okay, because there is a physical obstacle, there is a physical someone who is standing between you and what you want. But this is the thing, they cannot really stop you unless you let them. Fake alpha card. So this is what I see. Okay, I'm getting so many things during this reading. But I'm getting that there's a storyline, and we are going to get there in a minute. And then, well, the spiritual, let's tackle the spiritual teaching. The spiritual teaching that I'm seeing here is about you learning how to trust in spirit, in the big architect, the universe, God. You're learning how to trust in that power fully. And I'm getting repetition. It's bizarre what I'm seeing here. It's kind of like you are encountering old energy again. And this is either the same person, or you feel like it's the same energy coming from a different person, where you have been robbed of some sort of victory in the past, and now you literally see it, okay, like you're literally at the end of the tunnel, but there is something standing between you and that, and that's something, it has a familiar energy to you. So I'm getting that for some of you it might be kind of like traumatic reactivation for you, in the sense where just the similarities between the current situation and the past situation is triggering or giving birth to this sense of not again. Like, please, not again. This feels unfair to you. But it's because it is unfair. You know that it's unfair. You know that this is not something that you are supposed to tolerate. Okay? But there is also this little bubble that is protecting this energy. Like, for some reason there is something unfair that they are able to do as long as they stay in their bubble. For some of you, I'm sorry to break this down, but there might be a little bit of spell work involved, where whenever this person is this person might be the type who acts all kind of smiling when outside, and then when they are alone, they just blow a whistle of danger. I don't know if this person plays the flute, or this person has some sort of object of, for some of you it's a stick. Like, I'm literally seeing a stick. Let's have some fun this week. I'm not going to sing the rest. So, whenever this person is alone, they like to send evil energies. Okay, so it's either through music or a melody, but this person likes to crush people when they are in the dark. And this is the thing, there is nothing that you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. Like, for some reason you cannot barge in, you cannot address this, you cannot convince this person to not do that. For some of you, there is literally danger if you were to get into an argument with this person about the subject. Like, you could you could drown in this. Like, the situation could drown you. And so, protecting yourself, it is going to be priority. But this is where the card that you picked in the end comes into the reading to make some sense out of it. Or rather, to give a general direction to it. All of this is happening so that you act in a different way. So that you take a different path. And that different path, it's what's going to give you victory. Like, it's going to feel wrong. It is going to feel unfair. It is going to feel like life is tricking you, duping you. Other people are tricking and duping you. But what's happening, what's truly, truly happening, if you zoom in and you see from a divine perspective, meaning someone who has the power to see the situation unfold from beginning to end, because it's above. Okay, it's like watching a theater. Okay, you would be able to see that everything is happening right as it is supposed to happen. You would see that your best outcome can only come from that specific teeny tiny little path that is still available to you. The situation requires patience. If the situation is shaky from the start, imagine later. So I'm seeing that between you and this energy, things are just supposed to get worse, unfortunately. I'm seeing this person moving, rushing, literally trying to place themselves in front of many different doors. Okay, so this person might try and contact other people. This person might try and learn more about you, but because of sneaky reasons, this person might try to hinder you when you are like on the path. Okay, this person might try to send harmful stuff your way. For some of you, it's online. For others of you, I'm like, if this is someone who has physical access to you, you need to protect yourself from this person. And you know who this person is because this person gave you that feeling. That feeling that we talked about just before, that sense of not again. I'm getting that for some of you, it's unconscious, like you had that feeling, but then this person on the outside is kind of denying that, is gaslighting you. Okay, they're making sure that even you think that everything is okay on their end, and it's fully and deeply not. Everything that this person possesses in terms of information, and I see that it's not much. Like the minute where you actually start becoming serious about protecting yourself, this person really doesn't have much. This person doesn't have much structural power. This person could just be sneaky with authorities, with family members, like whoever runs the spot, whoever they feel like runs the energy. They're the type of rat who would go and talk to them in order to impose fake power. Like, this person is not protecting themselves. This person is not in danger. Okay? This person is not in danger at all. Because you are the one who's basically having to create a labyrinth in order to get to your ex, okay? Like the treasure ex. Erase what I said. If you ever hear me hear something of the sort, you will know. Sorry, I just got a text. You will know that it's a vocal typo, okay? Like my brain was trying to deliver something and then my mouth delivered something else. I did have one reading and I still remember that. I had one reading, I don't know, like 1 year ago, 1.5 years ago, when that information came out, like that one specific information, and then never again. And I was shocked. Because it's usually about release. No. Who am I reading for? If you recognize yourself in the video, let me know how it went. I'm really curious, like Jen. Anyway, back to you. So this person is not protecting themselves. Okay, this person is just focused on making sure that you do not reach your target. Okay, let's call it in a safer way. But you know, when you need to shoot at the center, okay, you have bullseye. Nevertheless, this person is very focused on what you do. Okay? So, check your messages. You need to be wary of your communication. Very likely this, like the most direct way we can see this is when you talk about your whereabouts. Where do you go? What time? What do you shop? Where do you shop? What do you like? Everything that has to do with the practical you, this person doesn't really need to know. Okay, even if it's just am I still pink? A little bit. I had pink painting over here because I put some butterflies and they left pink. Anyway, this person doesn't really have to know. We also have someone is watching you, and we have mustache. So this person could very likely be a masculine, but this person, even if it's not a masculine, okay, I don't. This person could likely be a masculine, and if this person is a masculine, they have something feminine about them. Well, I also have this, and I kept it just, and then this. Okay. This person might require a lot of time in order to get ready. So this person is a little bit of a Barbie. But like I say it in a good way. I have my Barbie side as well. So, but not everyone has it. That's the point. This is something that you're supposed to use in order to identify this person in your environment. If you know that there's another Barbie in the vicinity, might be this MF. If this person is a feminine, I see the same thing, and I don't know why, but I'm getting this mostly for the feminine, where this person has some sort of unchecked or unaddressed physical attraction towards you. So this is regardless whether you are a masculine or a feminine. It's just that I was getting this mainly for the feminine. I don't know why. For others of you, it's not something. Okay, I'm getting that for some of you, this is something that you wouldn't really suspect until you do, and then for others of you, this is something that is quite obvious to you, and you know that this is also kind of like at the root of the issue. Like, you know that this person wants you, and you might not want them, or perhaps it's just not the best idea to go in that direction, to go in that sense, and this person is taking it quite personally, but to the point where they are willing to at least try and hinder your progression. So we have detox as self-defense charm, and it does make sense where, as I was saying, your favorable card that can also be called your weapon card is the Golden Fleece, that talks about the adventure of the Argonauts. And this is, in the book we have a peek, a closer peek to the final part of the journey, where the entire crew on the boat that is at the mercy of the waves, of the sea waves, but it's an enraged type of sea, okay? It's not like, I like to be like, the sea can be a lot of things. And they follow a dove, okay? They just send a dove, and they shoot their shot at the chaos, but following just the fairy, following the blue light. And as I was saying, there's a lot of chaos going on within this person, and you know that if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't because of their inner chaos, they would have no reason to act the way they do. Nevertheless, you also know, or you are supposed to realize, that the amount of chaos is a little bit too much. Okay, this is not something that you can or you are supposed to handle. You're supposed to steer clear from this person, and unfortunately it's a little bit harder than what you thought. And it's kind of like you need to learn how to be how to actively detox from somebody, because sometimes just catching the cord is not enough. Oh wow, okay, this is interesting. I mean, for some of you, if this is someone who has physical access to you, you're learning something major. You are learning something major. You are learning that you can shift people out of your life by shedding the energy, by doing the energetic work that you would do in a peaceful situation where you just have to release somebody. But here you have to release somebody. Like, there's a difference in tone here. It's a must do. This is something that can hinder your sanity and your safety. And so you are learning that you have the power to overcome even physical and literal violence. It takes more time, but it's just as powerful. Like somebody wants to chop you in pieces, chop your head, chop pieces of you. And that's quick and that's powerful. And you have the power to chop their plans back. And it takes more time, but it's just as powerful. You follow the little flame that's left. You follow that little sparkle of hope that is still there. Each and every day, until one day you just see the door and it's open for you. And justice comes in. And you didn't have to lift a finger. You didn't have to spill one single drop of blood. Justice comes. This person is framed. This person is still stuck. But now you see the door. And what I was also seeing is that you might have to, we have it twice. The situation requires patience. The situation is shaking from the start, imagine later. You might have to face a downfall because of this person's action. And once you get back up, this person will come back around again. And you will have your chance to overcome the situation in the best possible way. Not because now you know. They've done it once and they think they can be successful. But this is the thing, they've done it once. You've been through it already. So now you know what's gonna happen. Like, unsurprisingly enough, the person, the energy that feels so familiar will do exactly what this energy has been trained to do. It's like that movie, Cruella de Vil, where she says, I can't remember the exact words, but there is something about evil people being, like, you can, in some shape or form, you can rely on evil people because they will always seize the chance to do something horrid. And so at some point, as long as you stay alive, their moves become predictable. And once your levels of fear and anxiety diminish towards the situation, you manage to integrate the situation as something that is a part of your I have to deal with, the situation starts fading. Also, practically. And you kind of have to see that. You have to be able to see the universe operating for you. And then more things are supposed to come into place. Like your safe passage is meant to happen, is meant to be. But it's like you have to take the most difficult road, and it has a lot to do with detaching your energy from somebody. For some of you, I'm getting that this is something that you did, but on a different scale. This is something that you've already done. This is something that you've already faced, but this is like on level 10. So if you start seeing this as a game, you are going to also know which actions you are supposed to take. But it's going to be either faster, better, like it is going to have to be implemented the 2-point version, the implemented version, the upgraded version of whatever it is that you've done or that you did in the past. I have no, it's a pyramid scheme. So you might have to involve greater power. This might be something that you don't really know what to do because it's a new type of power. Like if you struggle to craft the steps because at least one portion of them is new, take the time. Take the time to let the intuition guide you. The same intuition that can guide you out of danger can guide you in your communication, can guide you in your decision-making processes, in the moments where you sit down throughout the day and wonder and ask yourself, okay, what am I going to do next? What my next action is going to be about. Whatever. The more you tune in, the less mental effort you have to do. Okay, this is in general. But for you, it's happening throughout this very specific phenomenon. And I see that it's a not so pleasant phenomenon. This is why I'm taking more time to help you make the connection between what is happening that might be a little bit dark and what you can learn, what you can extract in terms of spiritual and energetic knowledge, and that you can bring with you forever, like virtually. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm taking more time so that I can help you see what's happening, and so that I can help you put the focus where it can be beneficial for you. Okay, because surprisingly, adverse situations can end up being beneficial. And if there is something that I can and that I probably should have started saying from the beginning, but I didn't. I don't know why. Is that this is what this type of reading do. This is what this channel can do. And here we are. I will have to. I just got a personal download, so I will probably have to start sharing this very short and very efficient overview. I don't know why. Sometimes it takes so much time before you have the one clarification, but here I am having it on camera. This is how it works for me. I don't know how it works for other people. Let us know if you feel called to leave a comment down below. Feel more than welcome to do so. I will now go and tackle group number 5. All right. Group number 5, you chose just one card, please. You chose Procuste, which, funnily enough, was the card representing the exit energy. Okay, for group number 4. And now your entry energy card is the card that was in a favorable position. Shut the front door. In a favorable position for group number 4, and now you have their entry card as your favorable card. Maybe maybe one of your friends has the other deck. Wow, okay. Wow. Okay, you have to be careful. Group number 5. You have to be very careful, group number 5. Because whoever is against you kind of knows what they're doing. Whoever is against you kind of know what they're doing. This person either has a lot of structural power. This person could be a professional witch, like someone who actually sells their services. But so there was a vlog that I didn't publish, that I didn't put out because it wasn't finished. Like okay, I'm not going to bring in the whole vlog because it was already like 10 minutes and it's too long. But basically there was a distinction that I was doing, and between certain spiritualists that I personally follow, who do teach spell work, who do sell those services when it comes to performing spell work, but they also select very carefully who they do spell work for, what is the spell work for, what is the spell work about, and other spiritualists, they just care about collecting the money. And so even if it's something wrong, even if it's something dangerous, even if it's something okay, just one card at a time, even if it's something unethical or that would harm someone innocent, these people do it anyway. They sell the spell anyway. They sell the love. Some sell medicine, some do the candle work, like different practices for different practitioners. But what I'm saying is that wow. Okay, group number 5, you have a tough situation to deal with, and the card that you chose is Procuste. So you are dealing with a torturer. Okay, this is someone who will torture you if they can. Okay. I am going to put out your self-defense charms right away. Wow. Invest your time, not your money. Narc trap. Okay. So this person is drunk on power. Okay, this person discovered their powers. This person is overcompensating something. This person, I'm getting this person lacks discipline, and that's why they had to trick their way into something. They felt very powerful. Like when this person discovered their own power, they felt like a rebirth. They felt like they were brand new. This person might have taken part in rituals or stuff that involved blood. And I see that when this person did that, their intention was to achieve peace. This person was desperate to achieve something. For XYZ reason, they couldn't. For XYZ, or they felt like they couldn't. I don't know what the case was. But they had to trick in their way into something. And they felt very, very powerful. Added to the point where it became their main modality, and I'm seriously getting it for some of you. Okay, for some of you it's directly this person, like this person that is against you for some reason. We're going to see what this is about, but okay, we're going to get deeper into this regardless of what type of information is going to come through. Okay, I'm getting that for some of you this person made a very good offering to you, but this is very specific. Anyway, this person felt like from that moment on, that was the only, like they were just going to act this way. Like this made them feel very, very powerful. This made them feel like a queen or a king, like they could control like they could control chaos. Like they could control people. Like they could shut down anyone they wanted. And for others of you, there is someone else, and that someone else is working with someone who has had this type of experience. So what you need to know is that the danger comes from this person who has access. I'm getting to ancient or rural power. This person might know how to do spell work using herbs. This person might know how to cast a spell on someone using just their information, their objects, their names, their hair. You see how this person appears, okay? This person is dressed with nothing but a rope. And I'm getting that their true power is almost invisible. This is not something that they wear. This person might come off as poised, controlled, gracious even when they explain themselves. This person has hidden chaos, and they unleash that on other people. That is how they maintain their peace. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Sorry. And you absolutely need to protect yourself from this person. It's like, regardless of what is the case, of what the case might be, whether you know who this person is, or you know that there is someone around you who is against you, know that that person is contacting someone like this. And witches like that are powerful, okay? Not everyone, like lawyers didn't exist. Not everywhere, by the way. So how do you settle stuff? Like, I know that there are a lot of different type of people on the internet. And some people know it, some people don't. And sometimes people just want to deny the existence of this reality, and it's pretty undeniable, to be honest. But if there was like one argument that I like to use, is this one. Arguments still need to be settled. And so sometimes people get, physical, and sometimes people get spiritual. Not in the best way. And this is what's happening, basically. This is someone who abuses their power. This is someone who is in favor of abusing power, like pretty blatantly. Okay. And so, back to you. What can you do? Because this is the most important thing. What they are about, that's their problem. But what can you do in the situation? What is it that you can control? Invest your time, not your money. So there is something that you can control, and is your narrative, basically. For some of you, it's like this person wanted you to stop doing things a certain way. And they tried to let you understand that they were willing to give you a very good offering, to offer you something, if only you were willing to hide or face a different path, basically. It's kind of like this person does not really like what you're building or what you've built. So it's like, okay, I can give XYZ to you, but you need to take down your own castle. Like, I can give you a spot in my castle, but I need you to take yours down. Okay? And I'm getting sneaky. Like, this person might have been very, very sneaky, in the sense where, for some of you, like, you literally don't know. Because you either don't read between the lines, or this person was way too sneaky, so at the end of the day you just took the version that they gave you, and the messages didn't go through your subconscious. Like, you don't know that this person wanted you to take down your castle. And for some of you, it's divinely guided. The fact that you don't realize right away that this person had this type of intention, it's going to put you in this la 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 mode. Like, okay, whatever, like, I need to take a different direction, la 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 la. I'm just going to continue doing my stuff. And then at some point you're supposed to look back, and what's happening is that this person is like, okay, but you were supposed to change XYZ, and like, but I didn't know. I wasn't you, but this is the thing, you are not supposed to do it. But it's even better from a spiritual point of view, because you don't even know. You don't even know that this is what is expected out of you. Tranquilo. Like, you don't even know until you know. You are supposed to know, by the way. You are supposed to know, but this is definitely going to take some time. Okay? For a long while, you are not going to know. So, I see that once you do know, you are going to decide to tell the truth. You're going to choose to be the champion in the situation. Like, I am going to untie the knot, okay? If I need to be the bigger person, I'm going to be the bigger person from beginning to end. I'm going to say things the way they need to be said, and then we can all move on. But there's divine timing at play, okay? And you are supposed to receive warnings about the situation. Like, there are going to be moments where these energy is going to try to meet fire with fire. This energy is trying to force you to act out of character. This person is trying to cause rage. This person is trying to enrage you, but it's because they want to unleash their fire on yours. This person is also a little bit okay, this person is a little bit twisted in the sense that where they are low-key curious. They want to know. It's like the moth going towards the flame. I want to know what is this fire? What does this fire do? And so this person is very confident in their own fire, though. It's like they want to wake up the beast, but it's because they feel like they have cannons big enough to take down the beast. Okay? And this is the thing. They do and they don't. They do if you enter the dynamic, if you enter the game. Like the minute you, first one who loses, it loses. The minute you enter the dynamic where you give to this person your unfiltered rage, that is when you are indirectly loading their cannons. But you can also choose differently. And you can also choose to end up being the person showing to this energy you're their ear. And I have here stay busy. So being radically selfish in the situation, it's basically, okay, right away I need to show you this as well, and this one as well, because I feel like the process is a little bit counterintuitive. It makes sense though. It's counterintuitive as long as you choose to ignore what's happening behind the scenes, okay? It might be something that is difficult to address, but it's still real. So the moment where you acknowledge, the moment where you go past the point, what has been seen cannot be unseen, this is a reality, this is true, okay? This is just true. Of course, your demeanor in the situation is supposed to change. But for some reason, you still feel the need to be polite. And this might not even be about you being an angel. Like, you may have actual reasons to tell this person about themselves, their dog, and their uncles and spouses. But there might be I see a construction, a network, a surrounding something, a surrounding mosaic that is suggesting, like kindly suggesting, that you use a certain vibration, a certain tone, a certain something. They are supposed to be polite in the situation. And I see that the most polite, the easiest way for you to keep on being politely, at least energetically, is to kind of go silent, but not in a like not in a nefarious way, not in a challenging way. Like, this is not silence treatment, okay? This is just you getting back into focus, you putting focus back into your life, and realizing that you have plenty of things to deal with in order for you to shoot your shot at something, that your time for weight is actually time for training. So you don't have time to waste. You don't have time to lose. Even your free time you're investing that. You're investing that in improving yourself, learning a new skill, um, reading a new book. Like it's just not a good time for you to be overly social, and that is playing in your favor, because not only you're walking out of the situation brand new, but you're also protecting your energy from something that, to be honest, can be pretty nasty. Okay, like this has the potential to get nasty, in not in the best sense of word. So your last self-defense charms, narc trap. Something that you need to know, and then you are going to craft your self-defense accordingly to the situation, but there is one key information that you need to understand. This person is obsessed with power. Okay? This person is willing to override principles of ethics. This person is willing to lose their soul. This person is willing to lose access to their own heart in order to feel that power rush. Okay, it's like a junkie, an adrenaline addict, and you need to know this. You need to know this to protect yourself. You need to know this. Like, you need to craft a trap. Let's say that this person is used to receive a certain reaction out of you, and all of a sudden you stop giving them that, and you see a normal person, a sane person, something stops all of a sudden, you either ask for explanation, or if it's not even something major, you just go on with your life. This person cannot. This person sees that as an offense, or as something that questions their power. And this triggers their sense of peace. Like, all of a sudden they feel like, for some reason this person is on the side, but this is giving me like Jafar type of vibe. It's like, this is nothing but a counselor. Okay, this is someone who doesn't really have the power of the empress, the power of the emperor, but they are in somebody's ear. They have participated in the construction of something. They built something, and that's why this person can be a professional problem. This person can be problematic as fuck, at least in your life, and you know that, or you are supposed to know that. And so the good news is that this person has narcissistic traits. So this person has some sort of inner itching that will not go away unless they have that powerless reaction out of you, and you are not giving that to them. But it's not even out of spite, it's out of I'm busy. Okay. So in 2 weeks, maybe I'll give you the 20 minutes explanation. Right now it's 5 minutes. Make that work for yourself. Or if it's urgent, say so. Like a normal human being. Okay, only shout if there is something major going on. Don't shout all the time because you need fucking attention. We have a story for kids in Italian, and those stories were intense. But there was this specific one about a wolf, and so there's a child who kind of understand that their role within the dynamic of It's a village, I think, in the woods. And he likes to wake up the villagers, telling them that there's a wolf outside. And there's no wolf. He just likes the rush of seeing something in the woods, of imagining the worst type of danger and scenario, alerting everyone, seeing everyone rushing, and then telling them that actually secretly there was no wolf, until one time the villagers, not even out of malice, but just, okay, it's just Pierino. that was the name of the kid. He's just being silly. Whatever, let him scream. And there was a wolf. So, what do you think happened to little Pierino? Okay. So, to resume, to squeeze out the juice of this reading. Oh, there's more cards. This person is partially powerful, partially very stupid. And this, my friend, this can work in your favor. Okay? This is not your usual cup of tea. This is I see that this is something that you don't even want to look at. Okay, like the dynamic unfolding, it's like it's too close for comfort. You don't even want to see what's going on. Okay, you are just not breathing and walking through the stinky valley of everything that has to be done. But it's going to work out. Like, it's going to work out. And you are not going to have to destroy anything. You are meant to do things differently. You are meant to do things your way. What's that? Okay? You are meant to see things from a different perspective and act accordingly. If I see life through pink lenses, do not ask me to act as if I were to see life through gray lenses. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. Like, yes, I could learn all the vocabulary of someone who sees life through gray lenses, but at the end of the day, those are not my natural lenses. This is not how I see life. So, am I going to fight against myself my entire life, or take a little time to see what's already there and just work on improving that? Like, it feels a little bit easier, a little bit more logical. And this person was actually trying to argue or trying to let you understand that the reason why you were not fit for this situation, the reason why they felt the need to unleash either their own darkness or somebody else's darkness, that is this energy that with this dangerous energy that we discussed about in the beginning, it's because you are not learning a very specific vocabulary. And you might know about this. Like, I'm getting that for some of this is something that you maneuver. You can maneuver in that word, but it's not your word. It's not the word that you want to create for yourself. So it's like, fuck your castle if I need to watch mine bleed. But fuck your castle, like, from the basement to the top. Okay? Like, this person might end up destroying self, because this person is trying to touch something that is divinely guided, that is God-made. God made you beautiful, would say Beyonce. And probably many other things. I just had that one song in mind. But God made you beautiful, darling. And so this person can have all the structural power in the world, but this is how nature made you. This is the result of a long journey. But it's not a long journey like from the outside. This is a long journey with almost nothing. And so when you take the time to just be with yourself with almost nothing, what happens is that you learn about yourself. And some people can't stand that, but that's a chapter for another day. Some people cannot tolerate their own company. And if life blesses you enough to allow you to do that, to have that, it's not easy, and it's not even just to let that go. It's like you are breaking the rules here, but the rules are wrong. Those are rules that are meant to be broken. You are doing something just and fair. It's just that the human construction here is wrong. It's out of place, it's distorted. The hierarchy is fucked up. The distribution of power is out of balance. And so chaos is actually running the show. Anyone coming from the outside actually has the power to breach, and that's because whoever is truly holding the power is for some reason cannot center themselves into that. They need to operate in the shadows. It's kind of not their place. But they have that type of outreach because the central placement of the power structure is weak. Abuse flourishes where authority is weak. And that's what's happening here. It's like authority here is bowing down to someone who is beneath them. But this person is using some sort of lack of power from the central, from the brain, from the head of the beast. The central figure, the king or the queen of the castle. I'm the queen of the castle, get out, you dirty rascal. Okay. The king or the queen of the castle fears this figure as well, fears this energy as well. Fears the fact that this figure could take away from them what they built for them. Because this side figure built a lot for the head. This is like one big tentacle. But it's just a tentacle. It's just that it's the biggest one. And that's why the head doesn't want to cut it off. It would feel like a loss, but I'm not getting tentacles because of nothing. I'm not getting tentacles because of nothing. It's because this central figure is at the center. Why? Because it's their spot. It's their fucking job. So this person has the full power and capacity to regrow that tentacle and more. But it feels like too much work to them, and they are choosing the tentacle instead of you. Instead of justice. And so they are willing to give a crooked offering, or just lacking the capacity to be upfront. And at the same time, there's a lot of communication that is unspoken here, and there is stuff that this central figure wants you to know, or is kind of trying to let you know through their actions, even if it's sorry, I hurt my feet. I don't know how, and it hurts really bad. It's like they want you to understand them. Like, I cannot be doing this. Like, do you realize the amount of discomfort that I would face if I were to face the tentacle? And it's like, and you're like, but it's your tentacle, motherfucker. You have the control. It's not the other way around. Wake up. But this person is not listening. Sorry, I need to do something about my feet. Okay, I'm back. I just need to put some oil on it because it's really... It just got big. And it hurts a little bit, so I don't know if... I really don't know what happened. Anyway. I keep on getting that. Those images from Disney Aladdin. So if you think about the Sultan, like, it was the fucking Sultan, you know? All the riches, you sit on the throne, the fate of many citizens in his hands. And then you watch from up close and you have Jafar, who's actually running the show, but he's not running the show. He knows that he doesn't have enough power to truly run the show. So he starts coming up with a plan, and therefore all the good that he was doing, bluff, like, just fades. It's not worthy because he starts entering in this destructive mode towards his own creation. And this is the thing. This is what you need to know. This is what's happening behind the scenes. It's like you're just doing you. You're just facing the situation, but like underneath the surface, there's a lot that is going on. For some, maybe it's a mother figure. Like, this is someone working with their mother or being scared of their mother. For others of you, it's like an employee who has more power or who is overpowering their own boss. Or father figure could be as well. It's like the natural order is upside down here. And it's like you're kind of being guided to fuck it up even further. you want to be unfair because you are scared of this unfair one. No, be scared of being unfair because I'm going to be fair to the fullest. Watch me as I do. I'm going to be just and transparent until I'm done. I'm still preparing all of this for the day. So, I think that's all for you, group number 5. Just trying to see if there is anything else. But it's like you are in an epic fight. Like this is something major that you are going through. This is also something that you need to give yourself validation. If the energy feels heavy, it's because it is. Okay, there is a lot that is going on, a lot of discussions, a lot of planning, a lot of teamwork could even be that you're not aware of. And as soon as the fog, the veil comes down, the confusion starts settling, and you put everything on a scale, and you start realizing that in some points just math is in mathing and dots are in dotting, that there is something deeper going on, okay? And eventually information are basically going to be delivered to you when it's the right time for you to react to them, okay? There might be some fixing that you need to do on your side so that you can be protected and safe. But once that happens, it's showtime. It's going to be showtime. Okay? For these people. Like they're in your group, I was literally getting more than one person involved. Okay, so this is going to be a group therapeutic lesson, I guess. I'm getting, please don't do this to me. Like the central figure is more desperate than what you think. Or what you thought. Like you I'm seeing some of me like, okay. And just literally taking the words for what they are. You know, like taking the words seriously and not realizing that there was a whole palette of undertones, but this is playing in your favor, okay? Because once you actually realize what the undertones are about, you're going to be at a point of self-acceptance that there is going to be no return from that, you know? Not in the sense where you enable yourself and you tell yourself that you don't need to change or you don't need to improve or you already know everything, but you're not going to tolerate disrespect just because. You're not going to tolerate being made feel as if the true you, the natural you, is inherently wrong. Okay? Like, I don't know, I'm getting that those people might have been homophobic towards you, and it's like, you know, I can act in a way that makes it so that you don't even realize, okay? Or perhaps you're neurodivergent. I can act in a way that makes it so that I'm nothing but a robot. I'm just a cold person. I'm just a normal person. But at the end of the day, the real me is something else. And It's like these people were not even supposed to care about the real you. This is where the fuck up happens. Like, they can be as powerful as they tell themselves, but they are shitting outside of their own toilet. Okay? Like, literally outside of the toilet and refusing to clean. So this is also something that you need to know. When you know that you are right, it might take you some time, it might take you some extra pushing, but you do have greater chances. You do have greater chances. You do have greater chances. It might take you prayer. It might take a toll on your physical health because of the amount of toxic and dark energy that you need to work with, that you need to work on, in order to make the situation shift in your favor. But you do have greater chances. I was told a crazy story just the other day about people being kidnapped and their kidnappers disappearing out of the blue after a week. People left unscratched. And a whole community praying, a whole family praying for a week, non-stop. They had to go to sleep for 3 days afterwards. It was that much intense. Everybody brought their tools. Somebody would bring a cross, somebody would bring incense, somebody would bring their grandmother's earrings. Like, everyone would bring their own tools of power, and everybody would pray. And all of a sudden, the kidnappers received some unexpected news. They had to go somewhere. They pick up and left. Everybody stayed hidden for a while, and they never came back. They had no weapons. They were shocked, so they could not avoid feeling the danger, feeling the fear that was being caused. But they could get out, and they did not use violence. They were right. So, persistence. In your case, persistence is key. You have a door to unlock. But it's the type of persistence that could be a little bit too much, and that's why you had to believe something else. That's why you had to believe that the situation was different, because you would have given up. You would have given up. And it's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to change something major in the dynamic. Okay, this could create, this could be, if this goes to a judge, this could be one of those cases that results in creating a new law. Okay, where the case gets taught in schools and be used as an example of how the law can work. Okay, this is something that is going to leave a mark. A cultural mark even, like people might end up talking about what's going on. Or this being replicated, like this being standardized and explained in a way where it can be replicated. There's a formula, a recipe that you are extracting from the situation, And it's something of value. It's something of value. The size, the power, the size of power, the different sizes of power within people can change and will change. And the thing is that you are not even going to use the same weapons as your enemies. They're shooting, you're dodging and excavating a safe passage. And you are coming on top from the other side, and they're still shooting, and you have no guns. But now you are on top. Now you found a solution. Now you found a way that is aligned with doing things in the light, with doing things in the open. Not trapping, not forcing, not dehumanizing, not harming, not denying their dignity. As much as you can. Because, you know, when people are being very nasty, like, I'm not gonna lie, I struggle a little bit to be polite. Like, my tongue doesn't really have a filter. I'm working on it. Okay, I'm really working on it. But I do understand if it's a difficult task. Totally do. I meditate daily. So meditation might also be a very useful tool for you, okay, because you're dealing with something that causes you disgust. Okay, like this Procuste guy, it's one of my first readings. I give the whole introduction about this mythological character, and it's like the embodiment of hideous and impossible to like, basically. So I'm going to start trying and wrapping things up, but it's like information is bubbling. No, but I think I'm done. This was also pretty long, so I really hope that I managed to deliver enough information. If you feel called to leave a message down below, this can help me confirm the messages, but it can also help other people make the translation between the energetic information and the practical situation. See you soon. Stay blessed. All of that.